Geriatric afternoon. But that's okay. We'll show those young punks how to do it.
That's right.
That's right. So
Old
Rudy
school's good. Old school's good.
Rudy and Craig in the house. Now, many of you know Rudy. He's a legend there.
Yes, I work at the PDQ department. My name is Rudy.
Yep. And Craig?
Craig Croker, yeah. Rudy and I have worked together for, going on 25 years. And if anyone has ever had their oil changed in the Grand Forks area and beyond, they know Rudy. So, yeah, he's a fun guy to work with.
Well, and we did mention one other guy off air that we could have brought in the building that really would have turned this into a serious party. It's probably a good thing because you got to keep Arden wrapped up and hid someplace. Otherwise, yeah.
Yep.
We've got him hidden back in a corner back at work. So perfect spot for him.
So we're going to talk a little bit because we've got some experience. We've got some history of the whole process, and we can talk a little bit about what you gentlemen have seen change over the last 5 decades and how things have changed technology-wise, customer service-wise, how much better things. I mean, they've always been good, but every year you get better improvement. So what's it like 50 years, Rudy?
Well, I've been there 26 years, and I've seen a lot of changes, which are all good.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the oil change business, the way it works now, it's awesome, excellent, the way when I first started there. Because when we first started there, we just started doing just oil changes, that's it. It took 10 minutes, you're out, you're gone. Now we offer a lot of different services there, a lot better for us. So it's even better for me.
Yeah.
They've gone to that virtual wait, and people can, Rudy, you might expand on that, but people can schedule themselves in for their oil changes, and it's just a wonderful experience once they get used to it. Some of the old people like me get, they have a little scratch in their head at first. They're used to driving up and expecting to drive right back in, but once they do the virtual thing with Rudy, it's a slick deal.
Or they've got some of us who will schedule an oil change at one location and accidentally go to the other one. Yes, guilty as charged.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So how we used to do it, we all lined up outside, and we all just took our turns in. Now it's a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So now you come in, you give us your keys, and we put you on a virtual wait.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's more than 40 minutes, we tell you, come back. We call you 10 minutes before your time, and then you come in.
Yeah.
So you never have to stand in line anymore. And then you got my bay, which is the appointment bay.
Mm-hmm.
So you set an appointment for 10 o'clock. Nobody takes your spot, but you do.
Yeah.
So it has gotten better, a lot better.
And
so
it's
people
quick.
love it, and it's quick.
It
20
is
minutes
quick.
or less.
Yeah, it is PDQ for a reason. So,
yes, it is.
Yeah, so to clarify, 50 years experience between you two.
Right.
So, yeah.
And on the other hand, making these vast improvements, Rydell is always improving. They're always improving in every department they have, sales, parts, and service. And, we are top-notch. Sure, Rudy and I have both been there for a long time, but I tell you what, they give us all the best tools to work with, and our dealership is probably one of the best dealerships in the upper Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little biased, of course, but we see it every day in what they offer us to pass on to you guys as the customers, and we're sure proud of where we work.
Right. And in the extraordinarily rare instance, because humans, mechanics, everything, just when there is something that doesn't go right, y'all make it, you make it right. You make it right. And that's a very rare event, but that's the thing, is that if there ever is a problem, you make it work.
Yeah.
Right. And that is because it's a family-run business.
Yes.
And they include us as a family in there. So we all stick together and work together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not just stakeholders in the sense of ownership or being employees, but you're a stakeholder because it is a family. It
Correct.
really is
That's right.
family-oriented.
It's a family-oriented, and we feel like a family when we're working for them.
Exactly.
With the building that they give us, and the building that, I shouldn't say they gave us, it's what the public gave us, for all the business that we've done, enabled us to build this beautiful, beautiful place. And at first it's a little intimidating to people that haven't been there before. They think we're just one big automotive machine, so to speak. But once they come in, they'll find out what it's all about. It's from the sales standpoint, I tell you what, after being there so long, it's my home. And people are wondering why the heck I'm still working at the age of 70. And I can't leave because, you meet so many people and you become family friends with so many. So it's just wonderful.
Exactly. A texter would like to know, how many oil changes do they do per day now?
Okay, we do about 100 oil changes a day.
Wow.
That's a lot of oil changes.
And what's the highest you've had, Rudy?
Since I've been there, I've seen at least 200 a day on the holidays. Since I've been there.
Wow.
A day. And that's,
And that's snip, snap, snoodle, in and out. And,
yes.
Yeah, moving right along.
Yes.
Boy, that's impressive. This is a Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. Mark Ewan's in with you on this, the 28th of April. We've had kind of a special show today, 50 years experience between these two gentlemen who are sitting in front of. We've got Craig and Rudy. Oil change. It's just, that's kind of what we're talking about right now, but mainly the experience of what it is to be a part of a family dealership. Yep.
And I'm going to touch, being in the sales department, I'm going to just touch a little bit on a few things that we have going, if you don't mind, Mark.
Of course.
We have as we all know, the car business is kind of gone. There's not a lot of manufacturers building cars anymore, especially your domestic cars. And so we've got a new lineup now, and they come up with front-wheel drive SUVs, and we have this little Trax. It's a Chevy Trax, they call it. And it's not so small, but it's kind of taken place of, well, let's say the Malibu segment, if you will. And for $25,000 and less, you can buy a brand new car. And they're just a nice vehicle with nice equipment on them. And we've got a very nice selection of those right now. So I just want to touch on our entry-level vehicle that is becoming very popular, both old and new, old and young, because it covers such a wide range of people.
And they're comfortable vehicles.
Very comfortable.
I mean, the interiors of vehicles have come a long way from when you and I first sat down in a 57 Chevy.
Yeah. Now you start your car from your phone, and that comes with the vehicle, and the heated seats and the heated steering wheel, and the nice warranties and everything else that comes with it. It's GM's got a pretty nice lineup right now.
Yeah. So we're talking just the idea of a family-oriented service, because that's what it's about, because you're not simply employees, you're a part of
the family.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. And that's businesses that operate like that are certainly the ones that do the best, because y'all are happy, the customers are happy, and you're moving forward. 775-5559. If you've got a question or a comment, the text to said number says, I always schedule with Rudy when I need an oil change. So there you go, a faithful customer. Why have oil changes gotten so expensive? 15 years ago, an oil change was $45 today. There's 100 plus. So, well, it's like everything, I would imagine.
It's like everything in the world, it goes up.
Yeah, your cost, what you have to pay for everything.
Yep.
The input costs have gone up.
Right.
So, and that's an unfortunate way of the world, but that is something that you can't get away from. I know Rudy from Rydell PDQ, but his brother, Junior Rudy, brother JR, Rudy's family, like he said. So, there you go.
That was my oldest brother.
Yeah.
JR.
Oh, okay. Are new cars burning more oil now than they did 10 years ago?
No.
No,
they use the Dexos oil now, Rudy, and it's kind of a...
That's a 6,000 mile oil. That's 6,000.
Yeah.
A Dexos 530.
And that's the other thing. The oil changes have gotten a little more expensive, and I don't mean to get into Rudy's department, but you're only changing them half as much.
Correct. You're only changing them every 6,000 or 6 months.
Yeah.
And some people don't drive 6,000 miles in 6 months. So since you've got synthetic in it, you can leave it there longer. You don't have to come, in the 6 months. That's why it's nice to have that 6,000 6-month oil.
Well, let me ask you a question, because this is the one that I've heard people talk about. You've always got so much technology built into these automobiles now, and you've got the different lights that come on. So don't wait for that check oil light to come on.
Yeah, please don't wait for that light to come on.
There's a lot of times, Mark, you can relate to this. Way back when, if the oil light came on in your car, you were in trouble. You better shut that bugger off right now. But now they've got a safeguard on it. It's a check engine light, and that comes on for a reason. It comes on and gives you a warning that something might be malfunctioning. So it gives you time to bring it in and have it serviced and have Rudy or whoever his crew is looking at it and find out what the problem is before it happens, so it saves the customer in the long run.
Exactly.
It does.
So we've got Craig and Rudy in the house, 50 years of service between the two of them, sales and the PDQ, the quick lube. Yep. And so, and everybody, I think everybody knows Rudy is what it sounds like when you've been there a while and as many changes as you've done. And that's a good thing because they become part of family as well.
Correct. I tell you what, I'm in the showroom and people can come walking through the showroom or whatever, and Rudy can come walking by, and whether he knows them or not, they think he knows them because the way Rudy comes across, he's a legend in our dealership, and they swear he knows everyone, and I do believe that. So
yeah,
well,
I'm very happy to work with him.
775-5559, you're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead, please.
Hey, guys. So I drive a Honda, which I know you guys sell Honda as well, and so I generally get my oil changed every 3,000, maybe 3,500 miles, and it's like a semi-synthetic that's generally in there. But I guess my question is, when you've driven it at 3,500 miles and you take a look at the oil life screen that I can pop up in there, it still says 60%. What do you guys say to that versus like just having just regular maintenance, 3,000, 3,500 miles? And I've heard you guys reference some oil can go longer than that. But when the usage says it's still, much more than that, what's your guidance on that?
Well, the thing of it is that percentage goes by your key when you turn it off and on. It doesn't go. It has nothing to do with the oil. To me, it doesn't. So what I do is I go by the mileage. If it says 6,000 miles, I'm going to go with it because you're putting good oil into it now. You're putting synthetic oil into a car. You're not using like they used to do in the old days, that 3,000-mile oil or 3 months because it breaks down. Mm-hmm. Now you're putting synthetic into it, and synthetic does not break down. So my recommendation for you would be, if you're going to go by the percentage, let it go down to 10%.
So that's new to me, but when you turn the key on every time, it's going to
that's what it's going to do. Yeah, it's going to knock that percentage down.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, very well. That's interesting. So yes, I learned something today too. I was today old when I learned that the way that the system operates. I thought it was just pure mileage that it kept track of, but no. That's interesting because probably the startup friction is one of the great ones too.
And then especially in the wintertime,
yes,
you do it all the time. So that oil percentage goes down and down and down more in the winter than it does in the summer.
Sure.
Because you don't warm up the car as much as in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
You start it once and you take off and you park and you're done.
Yep.
In the winter, you turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the percentage starts dropping.
Makes sense. 775-5559, you're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, wonderful. Actually, I got two questions because another one just popped into my mind. With the auto start on the vehicles now, you pull up an intersection and it stops, and then it restarts. My thought on that, they're just doing that for EPA regs, because I'm thinking that's got to be harder than heck on the ring gear and on the starter every time you're doing that. So that's one thing I'd maybe like you to address, get your opinion on that. But secondly, the previous caller talked about oil changes. I got a friend who's kind of a motorhead, and I've got a Ford with a turbocharger on it, and he said to make those turbochargers last, the longest is to change the oil a lot more frequently than the 5,000 or 6,000 miles. And just any input you might have on that.
Okay. Well, there you go. I appreciate the call. Y'all have a comment about that, guys? Or?
Well, first of all, I've never heard of that where you have to change it more frequently when you have the turbocharge. I'd have to check in on that because I have one and nobody ever told me about that.
Okay.
So I'd like to check on that and maybe get back to you on that.
Okay. Yeah. We can get messages out.
Yeah.
775-5559. You're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I've got a question about the prices. What happened to the price of a new car? I bought a new Chevy convertible right out of your showroom in 1963 for under $3,000 from Leonard Rydell and Scotty McLaren. Now you're talking $50,000. What happened?
I don't know. $50,000 is cheap to me nowadays. But I can tell you, I remember selling new pickups at 19.9 too. So, that was back in 1980 or whatever when I started too. So I don't think we have a lot of control over the pricing of things, along with everything else in this world. But
60 some years later.
Yeah. things got a little more expensive as we get it. And yeah, I'm old school too, and I wish I could still sell pickups at $19,995 too, but now they're $60,000 to $100,000. So,
a texter would like to know, why do manufacturers recommend 020 instead of 1030? Is that a?
I've never heard of that oil.
No.
Rudy, go ahead.
Well,
That'd be a 020 would be a pure synthetic.
Right.
100%.
A 020 is a pure synthetic compared to a 1030, you said?
Yeah.
Well, 1030 is a little heavier oil. We don't use that anymore on these cars no more. Like they used to in the day when the cars had 1030 in the summer and 530 or 020 in the winter because it was lighter and it was better on your car.
Sure.
So that's why we go with just a plain 020 all the time, so it stays in your car year-round, summer and winter. See, in the old days, you put 1030 in the summer because it was a heavier oil and it didn't burn it.
Yeah.
But now we got a synthetic oil where you can just put 020 and leave it.
All the tolerances have also decreased quite a bit.
Correct.
I mean, tighter
Correct.
fit. You've got it's a whole different motor set than the ones we grew up with, where you kind of expected to burn a little oil. That just showed the lubrication was getting where it was supposed to be.
Right, and that's why people use 1030 in the summer because it burnt it a little bit. So the 1030 wouldn't burn as fast.
Yeah. A text to 775-5559. What if it's been 6 months since my last oil change, but I only have 4,000 miles on the car?
Okay, so in my opinion, I would run it 6,000 miles because you got synthetic in it. Remember, we talked about that. We have synthetic oil because I run my car, and in 6 months I put 3,000 miles on it. But I'm not going to get an oil change because I've got synthetic oil, so I'm going to run it 6,000 miles.
Sure. Oh boy, here we go, Rudy. You're on the block now. How many cookies has Rudy eaten?
Well, I'm not going to say because if I do, I'm going to get in trouble with my wife because she works at Rydell's and she's the one that makes the cookies.
So disregard that last transmission. We've got a Rudy for mayor vote in already. So there you go.
Why, thank you.
A texture to 775-5559. When the check engine light comes on, is it routine for you guys to do a diagnostic for the issue right then or during the PDQ oil change?
My thing would be to get it checked right away as soon as you get a service engine light on because you'd want to know what it is right away.
Get that code.
Right, to get that code read and fixed.
Yeah.
And as I touched before on that check engine light, again, that's a safety warning thing. I'm not telling people to do this, but I've got an old work car, an old Honda Civic. I've had the check engine light on for 3 years, and I still drive the darn thing. But don't do that to your newer cars. But by all means, it's a safety check. So yeah, you just get it in as soon as you can.
Yep. This is a Rydell Car Talk Tuesday. We're having a little fun this afternoon. 50 years experience between these two gentlemen. We've got Craig and Rudy in the house. We're talking sales and PDQ. A text to 775-5559. Have you heard when GM is going to get rid of the AFM crap since Obama's emission standards, or is it soon expired? Is killing the engines with no benefit? So I guess that's that. Is that automatic start-stop thing? I don't know.
The auto stop is
okay.
Yeah,
and you can disable that each time you start your vehicle.
Yes, you can.
Told.
It's just that people aren't used to having to turn it off and on.
Yeah, so there is a way to disable that.
I want to get back to that one caller I missed for answering his question about when he uses his auto start, how it starts and stops twice, 10-minute intervals. If you have a push button start, you can just hold. Once you start the vehicle, you can just hold the start button on for about 10 seconds, and it'll keep the car running till you get back in it. So that way you can eliminate the stop and starting of the vehicle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So there are some workarounds.
Yeah.
Okay. A texter says, I agree that changing the oil is important. However, modern engines do not have the high compression that the older ones had. Therefore, there is not as much internal wear. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. And the clearances have gotten tighter, so it's compensated one way across the other.
Correct.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Ask Craig if he can sell a Toyota now that Rydell owns it. Sounds like an inside joke.
No, it isn't. We own the Toyota dealership, and we got to be a little careful because we each have to be certified with our manufacturer.
Right.
And But there's a chance I can make some things happen there.
Okay. Well, you'll have somebody knocking on your door pretty quick, probably.
Yeah.
What is the actual price per hour of shop time?
Well, that I can't answer, Rudy.
Yeah.
No.
That's like
I
a
don't know.
bookkeeping
If
thing.
I was going to say an answer, I'd say about $143 an hour
Yeah.
shop time.
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of different things that figure into that.
Exactly.
You'd have
There's
to
a
talk
lot,
to an
yes.
accountant.
And again, when you talk about, I'm dating myself again, but I remember back in 1980, the hourly rate was like $35 an hour. So the caller that talked about why things have gotten a little more expensive, well, there's just a fine example in itself,
Yeah, we call it inflation. 775-5559. You're on Rydell Car Talk. Go ahead, please.
Hello, just turned you on. What's the name of the business you guys are at?
Rydell.
Rydell Chevrolet.
Rydell, okay. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Thank you.
There you go. Somebody come check you all out. Do they recycle synthetic oil, or what happens to
Yes,
it?
so what we do with our used oil, we use it to heat the buildings.
Okay.
All
so
the
you
buildings
can
are
burn it?
Rydell's. So we recycle the whole used up oil.
Okay, so you can,
So we
they
store it
burn
all summer, and then in the winter, we heat the building.
I guess I didn't realize they did have burners for
Yep.
synthetic. That's awesome.
If you go below the PDQ, there's
you're-
tanks. How big are those tanks down there?
Oh, God, they're 3 big ones.
They're bigger than a car.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think we have 3 or 4 of them down there.
so several thousand gallons
Yeah.
you've got for
At least.
Okay, there you go. Let's see, 775-5559. Do the same rules apply with semi-synthetic with the 3,000 miles, or has it been over 6 months since the oil change? Yet it's been 6 months over since the oil change. Okay, so semi-synthetic, I guess I'm not familiar with that one.
Right. Well, semi-synthetic is that oil that is half synthetic and half regular.
Okay.
So that's why we can run it 6,000 miles.
Okay.
And then you got your Mobile One, which is full synthetic.
All right.
Now that you can run 7,500 miles.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'll admit my ignorance. I didn't realize that there was that kind of a blend.
Yep.
So
It's called a Dexos oil.
Right. That's the semi-synthetic, and the other one.
All right.
is-
I've heard that term. I didn't realize that's what it was. Okay. Will driving in my car in excess of the 6 months without an oil change affect the warranty?
I would say it's going to. If you have a warranty claim, they look back at the history on how that car's been maintained.
Sure.
Correct.
And if you don't maintain it properly to their recommendation, they might fuss about it a little bit. And that brings up a great point. If you have your own little small town garage guy change oil, just keep receipts.
Yep.
Keep proof that the oil's been changed.
Have some
Then you should be
documents.
just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have some documents.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. As always, our time runs so short, so quick. How many Rudys do you know?
There's only one Rudy. I don't guarantee you. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Rudy.
Can you keep a 2022 pickup running with push buttons so that it doesn't stop? Yeah, there's some toggle that's in there.
I don't know if it goes back to 22. I know 24 and newer, you can do that.
Okay, so 22 may not be that
I
workaround.
can't guarantee that.
Okay. So I'm sure you can probably do some digging online. And there's a whole lot of those kind of sites where people answer those questions.
Yep.
In your opinion, let me see, truck for truck, Tundra or Silverado? I hate when they ask those questions.
Wow.
Someone wants to wrestle a little bit here. I think. Well, I'll tell you what.
That one is on you, Craig.
I got to be careful what I say about Toyota, but I'm sorry. I'm a GM man, and Toyota's a darn good truck too, but it's just not. I just don't call it a full-size truck yet, but it is. It's got the same capabilities. It's just what you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And when it really comes down to it, it's the guy that sells it to you.
Sure.
It's the service you get after the sale.
Exactly. That's a number one.
And we're in both stores. We are top notch. We have the greatest experienced techs on both sides, and salespeople likewise. Like I said, I've been there for a long time, and I've got. Excuse my modesty, but I have over 6,000 customers, and I'm not ready to quit yet because you build up such a wonderful relationship with these people. Yeah. And if you take care of them, I don't care what you buy or what you drive, it's a good vehicle.
Real quick here, have Craig explain how to override the automatic restart at stop signs.
You can't override that.
Okay.
No.
I thought there was some function that's built into some of them. No.
No.
So, okay.
No.
Okay. Let's see. Modern engines generally have higher compression over older models, even performance cars like a 69 Z28.
I think it's just the didn't we just talk? Wasn't it just the opposite? The newer vehicles have less compression?
Right. That's
correct.
That's what I understand.
Yep.
Let me see. Okay, last question, because I got to cut you guys loose because we're up against the bottom of the hour here. Do you recommend high mileage oil with high mileage vehicles?
In my opinion, yes, I do. I do recommend the high mileage with the old vehicles.
There's a reason for that. Yeah.
Well, to me, the reason would be, because it lasts longer
Mm-hmm.
on your old car, and I think it's better for your motor,
Mm-hmm.
the synthetic oil in it.
They're designed for that.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay. That's what I've heard over the period of doing this. Okay. Well, gentlemen, I got to cut you loose, but anything you want to finish up with? Any words of wisdom? But 50 years between the two of you.
My words of wisdom is just everyone thinks that I've retired, and I'm going to keep plastering that. I'm not. I'm just getting going. So
wow, there you go.
At my age, I've got too many customers out there, too many guests that are probably family, as far as I'm concerned. That I'm here to sure take care of them. I'm not ready to walk away yet.
There you go. Okay, gentlemen. Let me see here. Somebody sent a picture in of. It's from the football movie Rudy. So it's a clip we'll have to look at later.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you for being here today, the two of you. It's good to see you again.
Thank you, Mark, very much.
All right. Rydell Car Talk Tuesday, every Tuesday in the first half hour of a KNOX afternoon, which continues.
Your information.